Hello, you are welcome to my channel. The question here says we find angle X below. So we have to find the value of this angle. Now the first thing I would like to do here is to obtain, using this 20 that I have here, I want to obtain an angle at the center of this circle. Don't forget this point O is the center of the circle. So let me trace a line here. That is a line to indicate the center of the circle. Alright, so that is the line at the center of this circle here. Now, with this line that I've traced now, you agree with me that from this point here, looking at these 2 points that I have here, this is a point and this is another point. Now, from this point we have a line to the center, and from this point we have a line to the center. Similarly, from this point we have a line to the circumference, and then from this same point we have a line to the circumference. So the angle that is made at the circumference here will be twice of this angle will give us the angle at the center here. So don't forget, the two lines must, the pair of lines must come from the same point. So you can see this one goes to the center of the circle, and the other pair of line goes to the circumference of the circle, all coming from the same 2 points. So when we have a case like this, then we say that angle at center is twice that at the circumference. So since this is 20 at the circumference, 20 multiplied by 2, which is 40, will give us the angle at the center. So that means this angle here is 40 degrees. Now that we have that angle as 40 degrees, you agree with me that because this line here is parallel to this line, then we can say this angle is alternate to this angle, just like a Z angle. So don't forget, when you have a Z angle like this, I usually use the word Z so that students can get it clearly. When you have a Z angle like this angle at this elbow part and this angle here, they are alternate angles. So if I have here as 40, it will be alternate to this angle here. So I also call this angle 40 degrees. So now we have this part as 40 degrees. Now, I also like to make another trace inside this circle so that I can have a special type of triangle there. So I can trace this also from the center to this point here. Now, you will agree with me that a line from the center of a circle to the circumference is a radius. So this line here is a radius, this line. Similarly, this line here is also a radius. So I can call this line a radius of the circle. So this is a radius and this is a radius. So they are equal lines. And so that means this triangle here is an isosceles triangle. A triangle with two sides equal. So because this is side R and side R, these two sides are equal. So when you have an isosceles triangle, that is a triangle with these two sides equal, the base angle of an isosceles triangle are also equal. So that means this angle will be 40 degrees. 40 degrees. Because this is 40, this will also be 40. And why? Because the base angle of an isosceles triangle are equal. So 40, 40. Now, coming back to this triangle, we have from this point and now this point, 2 points again that I'm taking. We have lines that move to the circumference of the circle. We have another line from this point going to the circumference of the circle to form the angle X. Similarly, from this same point, I have a line going to the center of the circle. And then from this same point, I have a line going to the center of a circle. So I already know, I want to believe you already know where I'm going to. So if this is angle X at the circumference, then what will be this angle here at the center? You agree with me that twice angle at the circumference is equal to angle at the center. So this angle here will be 2x. So this angle at the center here is equal to 2x. So now we are going to use this triangle here, this isosceles triangle that I've indicated before. So sum of angle in a triangle is equal to 180. So I have at the center here, which is this angle here, as 2x. Let me write it down. 2x, and then plus, I have angle here 40 plus 40, and then also plus another angle here which is 40. So all the three angles of this triangle will add up to 180. Sum of angle in a triangle is 180. So that means 2x plus 80 is equal to 180. Don't forget 40 plus 40 give us this 80. Now I can say 2x is equal to 180 minus 80, so that when this positive 80 goes to that side, it becomes negative 80. So that 2x is equal to 180 minus 80 will give us 100. So to get the value of x, I simply divide by 2, and then I divide by 2. So that 2 will cancel 2, and on this side I'm left with x, which is equal to 100 divided by 2 will give me 50. And that is the value of x. So the value of x in this diagram as shown here is equal to 50 degrees. And that is the final answer. Hope you enjoyed this circle theorem problem. Please subscribe to this channel so that you can get more detailed videos like this. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.